The Supreme Court has declined to make a decision on whether former President Donald Trump is immune from prosecution over his alleged attempts to overturn the 2020 election, instead saying a lower court of appeals needs to rule first. As Christian Benavides reports, this could postpone a trial against Mr. Trump scheduled to begin in March.
It's a blow to special counsel Jack Smith, who asked the Supreme Court to bypass an appeals court and decide whether former President Donald Trump has immunity over his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election.
The Supreme Court said, Jack Smith, you don't get to leapfrog over the Court of Appeals. You have to wait.
With the trial scheduled to begin March 4th, time is of the essence for the special counsel. Delays would put the proceedings even further into next year's presidential race. For now, a 3-judge panel in D.C. will hear immunity arguments on January 9th. That decision can be appealed to the full circuit court before eventually finding its way back to the Supreme Court.
They know this case is coming back to them. This isn't about what the Supreme Court ultimately will rule on presidential immunity. This is about when they're going to rule.
The former president is facing indictments in D.C., New York, Georgia, and Florida, with all the trials scheduled to take place in 2024. The Supreme Court will also need to weigh in on a case out of Colorado after that state Supreme Court ruled Mr. Trump was ineligible to be on the Republican primary ballot over his alleged involvement in the January 6th insurrection. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
If federal trials are delayed past the 2024 election and Mr. Trump is elected again, he could order the federal charges against him to be dropped, though he still would face state charges in New York and